Hello, my super second grade scientists. I hope that this finds each of you having a super fantabulous day so far. Today, we are going to be putting together your science journal. We know that really good, successful scientists, they keep a journal or a notebook to keep track of their learning and to keep track of what they've tried that has worked and what they've tried that has not worked. Because in science, a lot of times that's how you figure out the right answer is by finding a lot of wrong answers first. So, we're going to be putting together your notebook so that you can be a super successful second grade scientist. Try to say that 10 times fast. What you're going to need today to do this, you're going to need your spiral. The spiral has the little coils on the side here. You're going to need that notebook that you're going to be building with. You're going to need your handy dandy glue stick. You're going to need your colored writing utensils. If you are at home, you probably have a choice between crayons or markers. At school, we're probably going to be using some crayons. That'll be up to your teacher. But some kind of colored writing utensils, and you're going to need a pencil. And so, and you are going to need the different printouts that if you are at home, you have links for all these printouts that you're going to be using. So, first things first, once you make sure that you have all of your supplies together, you're going to work on your cover. So the printout that you have that's going to help you with your cover looks, if I can get it for you here, it looks like this. It says Science Journal, and then you have a space to make your name all beautiful. Please don't scribble, scrabble, and please don't write it teeny tiny where we cannot see it. You are going to want to write it nice and beautifully where it takes up space and is pretty to look at. So go ahead and pause the video and take just a minute or two to make your name all beautiful, and then come back and rejoin me, please. Welcome back. Once you've gotten that done, you are going to turn this over and you're going to take your glue stick. Now listen, don't do a big glob of glue in the middle. All that's going to do is make it all flippy floppy around the edges, and it's just a horrible sight. So take your glue stick, do one little line all the way across the edges, like so. And then put it on that front cover where it will be nice and neat and straight and pretty to look at, because you are going to be looking at that all second grade. So make sure you do that all nice and beautiful like. Okay, once you get that done, we are going to open it up. You don't need to look at my first page yet, because you're going to look at just on the other side of your front cover. So you've decorated the front. I did not tell you to make sure that you did not have it upside down. The way you know is, first of all, when you open it up, you see the paper has the big space at the top, and the holes are going to be on your left. So you don't want it to be upside down. But just inside this front cover, we are going to just glue a little page to remind us to always be safe whenever we are doing science. Now in second grade, we're not going to be using dangerous chemicals and things like that in our science. However, a lot of times anything, if you are not being careful, can turn into something dangerous. And so this is just going to remind you that we are going to use science safety at all times. That you will listen carefully and follow all teachers' directions. You will not touch anything without permission from the teacher. You will use the materials and tools responsibly. Gotta be responsible. Your teacher will talk more about that. And work hard to stay safe. So we're going to turn this over. Take your handy dandy glue stick again, and just like last time, no big globs in the middle. That's like a kindergarten way to glue. We are going to do a nice and neat line around the edges. And then we are just going to glue that bad boy inside that front cover. I'm doing mine in the center because I think that that looks the prettiest. It's okay if you like yours more towards the top or more towards the bottom. I like mine in the middle. Okay? So go ahead and pause me. Get yours glued in there if you haven't already, and then rejoin me, please. Welcome back. Now you can see my title page. On your title page, you have the freedom to make this look as beautiful and cute or cool as you want. So you're going to want to write the words, My Science Journal, and you're going to need to do your name. I know a lot of times in second grade, kids are excited to learn how to write their name in cursive, so I went ahead and wrote mine in cursive. I know most of you probably don't know how to do that yet. You, of course, can just write it in your beautiful print. I did Science Rocks, and then that's supposed to be a picture of a rock. Get it? I'm not a very good artist. I'm sorry. I don't claim to be. And then I just did some little swirlies. You have the freedom to make this look as beautiful as you want. So you're going to pause me. You're going to listen to your teacher for how long they're going to give you right now to work on your title page. Your teacher might want you to come back a little bit later to finish that whenever you finish some other work. So listen carefully to your teacher. And go ahead and pause me, and then listen up, do what she says, and then rejoin me, please. And welcome back. Okay, you have finished your title page, so now you're going to turn the page one time. You want to make sure that you've only got one page in here. So turn it one time. Okay, and then this page is going to be your table of contents page. It's always good to have a table of contents page in a journal so that later on, when you're trying to remember, where did I write that down, what we learned about such and such, because it'd be really helpful to remember right now, and I don't remember at all. This is how you can look, and you're going to save a whole lot of time. So we're going to write the words table of contents on this very top line. Okay, there's top line and then this big margin, this big space. So since it's a title, we're going to start it with a capital T. A, B, L, E, of. Notice I'm using a pencil. I would not want to use a crayon or a marker for this. No, no, no. It would be too hard to make it nice and neat. Contents. C-O-N-T-E-N-T-S. Table of contents. That means it's going to tell me where everything is in this handy dandy notebook of mine. Now, you see this pink line? In some notebooks it looks more pink, and some it looks more red, but you're going to have this little line that goes next to the holes. This is called your left-hand margin, and we're going to use that to be a special column where we're going to put the date that we do different things. So you're going to write date, D-A-T-E. You're going to have to write little to get that to fit. Just do your very, very best, but D-A-T-E. And then here in the middle is where you're going to write what it's actually called, whatever it is that you're telling us what to find. Over here, if you look real closely, you can see that same pink line from the other side of the paper. Okay, so we're going to use, next to the pink line over here, we're going to write page, P-A-G-E, and then the number sign, page number. That looks like a hashtag. Before it was a hashtag, it was a number sign. That means number. Okay, after you do that, we're going to turn the page one time and watch carefully. In the top corner, you're going to write a 1. We're going to be numbering our pages. Turn it one time. Okay, sometimes pages like to stick together. On this side, we're going to write a 2. And then on this side, in the corner still, we're going to do a 3. You see there? Turn the page one time, and you're going to do a 4. And on this side, you're going to do a 5. And you are going to continue doing this on every page. Get to at least page 20 right now. If you have time to get more than that right now, it's great. If not, that's fine too. Okay, but go ahead and pause me and finish numbering some more. And then welcome back. Next up, what we're going to do is you're going to take this handy dandy page that you have a printout of, and it says, what is a scientist? That's one of the very first things we need to learn about science. If you are a super second grade scientist, what on earth does that mean? So you are going to turn, not on your table of contents page, but you're going to turn to the page where you numbered it 1. And we're going to take your handy dandy glue stick. Once again, you're just going to glue around the edges. And then we're going to glue this at the top of this page. What is a scientist? You'll have to stay tuned in science class to learn the answer to that. And then since this was on page 1, then on our table of contents page, we're not going to write the date yet, okay? Because we're not actually completing it yet. But we're going to do the title, what is a scientist? And then what page did we say that was on? Page 1. So we're going to write a 1 right here. See how that works? And then we're going to turn the page behind page 1 where we find page 2. And you are going to take this page that you have that says scientific method at the top. This is something we're going to be learning a lot about in 2nd grade. You will notice if you try to just glue this sucker into your journal, look, it hangs off the side, and that would be so messy and hard to look at, and it would just make it very hard to keep organized and nice and neat. So a trick I like to use is you fold it in half. And then you're going to just put glue on one side of it. Again, just around the edges, no big old messy blobs in the middle, please. You're going to put that around, and then you can just glue that bad boy in there. I try to line it up there to that pink line so I can keep mine nice and neat. But if you're just looking at it, you can't tell what that is, so you want to label it. This is scientific. See, it's also written at the top of here, if you need to see how to write it. Scientific method. And then where am I going to go write that? I'm going to write it on my table of contents. I heard somebody say it, you smarty pants. So on the table of contents, I know I'm going fast. You can pause me as necessary. But you're going to write scientific method. My letters started floating a little bit. You really want your letters to sit on that blue line. And then page 2. Not writing a date yet, because you're going to write that when you actually use this in class. We are just getting this set up for some really cool stuff we have coming up real soon. Believe it or not, we have this amazing experiment, y'all, coming up you are going to love, love, love. It's called the leak-proof bag. Leak-proof bag. And we're going to use this page to record as we use the scientific method that you're going to learn about. We're going to use the scientific method in this amazing experiment called the leak-proof bag experiment. So, this is on page 2. On page 3, the one that has 3 in the corner, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold it. And we are going to glue it. Glue that bad boy in there. And what did I say that experiment was called? Leak-proof bag. And I am going to put an exclamation point because it's very exciting. It's going to be super duper fun. You're going to love it. Love it, love it, love it. I can't wait. Okay. What page is this on? 3. So you're going to come back to your table of contents and write leak-proof bag. Making sure your letters are sitting on that blue line. And that's on page 3. And you, my super second grade scientists, are going to be able to use all of this very soon. And it'll all make sense to you then. So thanks for joining me. Thank you for doing your very best work. Have a most fantabulous day and go help somebody else have a great fantabulous day. I love y'all. Bye.